Actually make they for $245 a 4 times chest shaped waffle boob maker machine. It makes all your waffles in the shape of breast.
Nice.
That sounds terrible. Ex- Except you're making me hungry for waffles.
Yeah.
Just so we're clarifying.
Put some blueberries right there in the center for nipples. Hmm.
Nobody
So,
bought one of those machines yet. What the hell?
welcome to the Old Geezer Get Off My Lawn birthday show with special guest stars the bearded picker, almost as old as me, and Jake the punk. The young punk, get off my lawn, Jake.
There you go.
Smart core. Jake is putting down flooring, or he's
Don't you have
getting it set up for his crew to come in and do it.
don't you have somebody bring those in? What are you doing manual labor for?
Because Lowe's decided to bring it on a truck with a um, whatever they call that thing. So they only do curbside delivery when they bring that truck. So I have to carry it inside. The
Thank you,
crew is all
Casey.
busy. The crew is all busy at my other property. So
Morning, Josh.
yeah,
I see how
Hey
it is.
there,
Josh
Robin.
shows up on your morning show, but when Josh doesn't show up, what the hell?
Josh thinks I've been doing reselling long enough to know it all, so he pays attention during my show.
Yeah, but you learned everything I know.
I know. I learned everything off of you and Dusty, so
Yeah,
I
so
learned everything off of you and Dusty, so yeah, I know it all.
yeah, I think I'm gonna make a video on pricing right after this. I'm gonna go inside because I'm those phones that I had on Tuesday, the smart little flip phones. The pricing on that one, the new one, is very interesting, and it would show people uh, it sold for as high as it sells anywhere from 34 to 70,
Thanks, John.
and a lot of people would pick the 70 price, even though that guy still has 10 more of them and only sold one of them. But the guy at 49 is sold 200. What's the right price?
I think the market is telling you.
It's $49, and but how many people go higher because they saw that one guy?
Yep.
They probably just saw the sold and said, "Oh, okay," instead of looking how many there were.
Yeah, so pricing is much more complicated than people just look at it and go, "Oh, look, somebody got this." Hey, Ron. Good morning, Ron. I'm glad you're here. I need you. I need you right here. There you go.
Wait, let me make it big so we can see.
Yeah, there you go, Ron. That's for you. When I posted that, I laughed and I'm like, I hope Ron sees this.
That's
So
funny.
yeah, that was it.
Thanks, Ron.
So at what point do you get into the super double senior discount?
Uh, about the time you start paying for it yourself.
Because I can get senior discounts now. Because when you have gray in your beard and they just give you the senior discount, I don't argue. I just take it because I'm cheap.
I think that breakover happens about the time you sign up for Medicare. 65. So,
Uh,
I'll tell you what. Just my little one-time little speech here. I think reselling is the best after retirement income that a person can make. I haven't found a better one. Unless you just hit the lottery or you're good at trading stocks or something.
you
Maybe
got
consulting.
you got to enjoy flipping the junk because if you don't, I mean, at
Consulting.
some point you create another job. If you don't enjoy finding things and seeing what you can sell them for, yeah, if that kind of stuff doesn't, it's not. because it's not for everybody. It's actually is some work. Even what little bit you put in, you still. I mean, you still ship. You still spend what a couple hours a day doing this, couple three.
Yeah. So
And so if you don't like it
that's
and
cool.
hate it, you're just gonna be miserable. So
I mean that once you retire, that's it. You're on a fixed income, or most plans. So when inflation goes up, what do? So the reselling's easy enough on old people joints. Just as Ping. I'm trying to catch
hey,
Ping.
hey,
Ping's a couple of years older than me, I think.
hey, mute Jacob. He's so loud moving that crap.
I know, Jacob, you punk. The
Can't
kids
hear
are being
myself.
too loud over there.
I can't hear myself think. Damn.
Kids are being too loud over there.
Jacob's a bad influence too. I was coming home, Joni called, and I text Joni. I'm like, "What's for dinner?" And she's like, "We got leftover spaghetti sauce." I'm like,
He's
"Me
still
and Jacob."
laughing.
First, she said, "Me and Jacob ate baked potatoes," and I'm like, "That's not what I asked." I'm like, "What's for dinner?" Well, you got leftover spaghetti sauce, and then I'm like, "Well, Culver sure looks good right now." To Jacob, and Jacob's like, "You should go eat Culver's."
Yep.
And I told her it was all your fault, and she just looked at me like she always does.
Uh
Uh,
huh.
That was the first hamburger I've had the entire year. That had a bun on it. So James, I'd agree with you. Having a craft or a skill is just as good. But what do you? But this is a. I think Todd trying to make a point that it's a very relaxed pace. Very do what you want to do when you want to do it. It's hard to find this kind of because Todd, tell them stories of how much fun you had being the Home Depot door guy or the Home Depot.
I
I've
wasn't
heard
a door guy,
whatever it
but
is you did at Home Depot, you didn't
oh
like it
yeah,
as much as
there's there comes a limit to how many 40-pound bags of concrete you can help load in the back of a pickup when you get above 60. I'm telling you. But I
no
don't
Home Depot.
care. I don't care who you are. If you climb enough Home Depot ladders to get some barbecue grilled down off the top shelf, and if you tie 10-foot Christmas trees on top of Kias, it's going to wear you out.
Yeah, my grandparents actually did this into their lower until like they were 83. People say, "How long can you resell?" I'm like, "Well, there's history in the family to 83, so I can go to 83."
Yep. There's no reason to stop
At
unless you
this point,
just.
I'm gonna have enough inventory to last that long, so it's okay.
All right, Gwen brought me my birthday breakfast, so I'm going to chow down here while we're talking.
Can I put in an order for my birthday breakfast with Gwen? So Sandy says her dad is just turned 85 and is still reselling. Oh, absolutely. I'm a firm believer, folks, and I watched it with my grandparents. Is my grandfather was very dependent on my grandmother or that generation where if he said he'd say I'm thirsty, I could probably use some water. My grandmother would already be getting up and going to get it for him. It was just that, and when she had a heart attack at 83, uh, she lived until 86. She lived 3 more years, or she had a stroke, one of the two. It was she was never the same, and so that was the year they got the recliners. They help you stand up. That was the year that we had to go to the flea market and dissolve their booth and take care of all the inventory and shut everything down. That was the beginning of the end once they stopped because they had retirement. They had plenty of money, and they just did it to keep themselves busy because they enjoyed it. Um, uh, B's and G's. Um, Yeah, so I tested Walmart and their inventory systems yesterday, and they still suck. By the way, I get to the first store, and it's supposed to have 12, and there's 12 sitting on the shelf, and I'm like, this is going to be a good day. I get to the second store, it's supposed to have 30 on the shelf, and they have two, two. And so there's a manager standing there, and something called a coach. And so I walked up and asked them, hey, I was looking online and says, y'all got a bunch of this here. You got any idea where it's at? Because the sticker's right there on the shelf. And so I didn't tell them I know that it's supposed to be out on the floor. And so they punch it up on their phone. And they go, well, it should be right here. And I'm like, yeah, it's not here. I've looked here. And they go, well, let's go down to bacon aisle. Maybe it's down with the rest of the stuff. And I'm sitting here thinking, I've already looked down there, but let's go. They said, maybe it's in Top Stock. We looked in Top Stock. We looked on the aisles around it. They called the manager of the grocery over. He punched his phone. He looked around. He's like, well, the only other place I can think of if it's down in F1, F2, or F7, down in seasonal. So I went down there and looked, nothing. So, yeah. And then I decided, that pecan coffee, I put it into my little look 'em up machine and see what happens. 2 stores in Huntsville have got the coffee still. Let's go to them. Good news, everyone. Y'all bought as much coffee as I did yesterday at Walmart. They were both supposed to have 16, and they both had 0.
How does that happen with their awesome
well, they,
inventory system?
Everything's computerized, and I said, Jacob, I was on the phone with Dave or Jacob, one of them, and Dave for a long time, and a lot of it is that's how frequently do they count their inventory, and I don't understand. They take a truck in. I don't think that they blame the theft and the pilferage and the loss of inventory on being stolen, and those could have been stolen, but how many of it never made it to the store to begin with? The pilferage happened before. Yeah, Roman. He's eating birthday breakfast right now, and I have seen Todd's face, and it's not all it's cracked up to be. He needs to keep hiding.
That's right.
We can only have so many ugly YouTubers that show their face that we don't need another one. So I'll just continue to carry that mantle. It will be my cross to bear. So yeah, that was an interesting day. So I ended up stopping at a couple of those stores. I picked up a couple other things. So I mean, I made money on the trip, but it was.
Sadie sent me a picture. If you want breakfast in bed, sleep in the kitchen.
And that could be. I'm in the background. That could be a collector's item one day.
Yep.
It's good to have good reseller friends. So I wake up to this text this morning. One of the guys in the group that we hang out with, hey, put your screen down.
Oh.
Said, I know it's good to be aggressive, but when did Scott start sourcing at the Boys and Girls Club charity? If you can look, it kind of looks like me right there on the side. I'm like, damn, there's 2 of me. I can't believe there's 2 of me running around this town. So for the record, I do not source at the Boys and Girls Club donations. All right, that's all I got for you. Yeah, Tommy, I think yesterday on the thing we talked, kind of talked some sense into Josh. I know he's listening. I didn't say a lot about it, but yeah, he's over. That'd be overwhelming. I know there's a good amount of money that could be made there, but the difficulty and the issues, brokering the deal is definitely the way to go on that. I think that was most everybody's opinion was, the finder's fee and the brokering. Josh is there, see?
But you got to hand it to him. Who finds those kind of deals? I
I
don't.
know it's incredible that he actually has the wherewithal to find somebody who has that kind of inventory, and then can present himself in a way that a solution to the guy's problem. Yeah, that's kudos to Josh for that for sure. I don't know that I have the skills and ability to talk my way like that. That it definitely takes uh, the gift of gab, I'm sure. And so, 2 out of the 3 auction houses have responded, sending out pictures today. Very nice. Well, you said most of them will know who he is anyway, so name recognition also is not a bad thing.
Yeah, if he's been in antique collector circles for all his time that he was talking about, it's
And people and don't forget if you've collected that much, you're a serious buyer. Auction houses have a tendency to remember people to spend lots and lots of money. It's a good start to the morning, though. At least this morning, I did not start by putting raspberry in my coffee.
speaking of auctions. Once every 6 months or so, the local auction house does a big garage sale inside their facility,
Right?
and it's just like a huge indoor rummage sale.
Did you already go to that, or is that this weekend?
And it starts tomorrow morning at 6 a.m., so I won't be doing a show tomorrow.
Yeah, Josh. I don't think as people, not only is this inventory that probably doesn't turn great, but the fee structure on eBay. Everybody looks at the minimum 13.25 or whatever it is, but to get any kind of traffic, you start promoting, you start getting ridiculous fees pretty quick.
Yeah. Well, the margins on items like gold and silver and fine art and antiques is so small. I mean, you have to pay up to get good stuff. And to just turn over 20% to eBay, um, that's tough. So,
Peddling profits. Are you testing our ability to read through typos this morning? Is that what you're doing? Yeah, Josh. If it's as good as you say it is, I can't imagine them not wanting to do that. Auction houses don't make their money by not selling stuff.
I wanted to ask Josh, what would be the possibility of going in and picking the items? Like, go in and buy $5,000 worth of inventory and then just go back when your stock started running low on that. Um, it, if you got a hot seller that wants rid of all of it at once, probably not. But
Uh, I don't know, Josh. I've got thick skin. People have insulted me for a long time on the internet. They figured out pretty quickly I don't care. They can call me whatever they want to. They can try to make fun. Man, go look at the big video. If you saw what the people said on when that video went viral and it went on the front page of World Star Hip Hop for 3 days and the crazy stuff I was called over there, and I'm too old to care. That's what it is, Josh. I'm too old to care. Um, no, I think Tommy's 100% right there. Especially someone who doesn't have any knowledge of eBay and fees whatsoever, and um, yeah, it's that's why anybody ever asks me, and I know this one's a lot of money, so it's not available. But anytime somebody asks me about consignment, my first answer to them is, you need to buy it, you need to own it. Eliminate that middleman and come up with a fair price, and then you both can live with, and you sell it buy it as inventory. You're much better off. Much, especially if you're dealing with friends. You don't want any hurt feelings. You don't want any of the problems that go along with it. You're much better off coming up with a fair price, and you can explain then what the fees are and what it's going to cost you to sell this stuff and come up with a fair price. Tommy, I think Kent was there earlier. Wasn't Kent in here somewhere? Maybe I imagined that Kent was here. I must have imagined it. Yeah, see, that's smart. So Josh answered your question. Todd said that
Yeah.
the problem is sell through, and how much money and how much of your buying budget do you sink into something that surely it's great money, but the, the cash flow becomes an issue when sell through is slow. And it's a great lesson, Josh. I really think you can make a pretty decent video explaining that, Josh, because I don't think most resellers understand cash flow. And you know, we say most 90% of small businesses fail. Number one reason is not that it's not that it's a good business item. It's not. I mean, plan and all these things. Number one reason for small business, I believe, is cash flow. I could be wrong. Somebody check me, but I'm almost positive. Number one reason for a small business to fail is lack of cash flow for whatever reason.
Well, that's why we're reading that book, Profit First. Same basic principle, I guess.
Yeah. I need to find a different place to read because every time I sit down and read, I'll be sitting in a recliner, and the next thing I know, I don't know what page I'm on. A couple of hours have gone by, and I'm like, "What the hell just happened?" The recliner monster is when you get in your 50s, the recliner becomes your enemy.
My problem with the book is it's not just spellbinding. I mean, it's just
Yes, it's very.
it's
But
kind of
most business books are tend to be a little bit dry.
yeah.
Larry, that's not the cash flow we're talking about. We're not talking about your wife flowing your cash right to whatever she's ordering. We're not talking about that kind of cash flow.
It's like my brain is set to watch action movies. Give me some Rambo and James Bourne, and I'm happy. So that book is kind of like,
Is that Jason Bourne's cousin? Are you
oh
watching something
yeah,
different?
James Bourne. Never mind.
I have
James
to check.
Bond. Bond
I,
is what I meant to
I have
say.
to check
Bond.
out. I have to check out James Bourne. I need something else to watch today.
Hmm. Get off my lawn, you young punk. So I mixed up James Bond and James Bourne. That would be a good character, though.
Yeah, James Bourne and Jason Bond. Yeah, those those would definitely be good. But
Yeah,
it's important. It's important as resellers that you learn to analyze business opportunities. And I mean, every time you purchase inventory, whether you like to think of it or not, it's the same thing. It's just whether you're dealing with a couple $100 or a couple thousand or a million. A lot of the same things
I'm
go
back.
through with it. It's just at a different level. You still got to make the same decisions. How fast, how quick does it sell? Because that affects tying up money. How long till I get my money back so I can buy the next thing. It's the same decision, just at a different scale. So all these smaller sellers that think that they're just kind of piddling by, you're actually learning valuable skills that hopefully one day you'll build your business bigger that these skills and the exercises that you go through when thinking about inventory will allow you to continue to grow your business because it's the same principles, just at a different scale. There's Kent. Good morning, Kent.
Thanks, Kent.
I'm like, damn, everybody is so smart. They remember Todd's birthday, but he put it in the title of the show. Damn it. You know, he lives in Louisiana. It's a slow pace of life down there in Louisiana.
Who's that?
Kent. Well, hopefully, Larry, hopefully you don't have to make that video of Clark when he just starts cussing and carrying on and calling him every name under the book. It would be really funny, but yeah, a lot of the banks right now again. It's hard to find a small bank. You know, maybe a small credit union, but small banks are getting gobbled up by the big 5 or 6 pretty quick. I can play Cousin Eddie. I do live in Alabama, so it wouldn't be a stretch. Roman said, "Are your hands requesting you a new keyboard for their birthday?"
I did request a larger monitor so my old man eyes can see it easier.
What, like John? That I think John got that 46-inch curve monitor.
I don't think it'll be that big.
All right, Todd. Well, happy birthday. I'm going to head out.
Thank you, Josh. And remember, don't let the door hit you on your backside as you're leaving.
You too, Jake. I don't know who this Josh person is, but you can see as Todd aged another year, his name recognition is gone.
Jake, Josh, it's all close enough. He understood what
It's close enough.
He's been called worse.
Oh, yeah. Lots worse.
Bye. Funny. I need to fix myself, or I'm going to go to that rummage sale today with the old women, and they're going to call them the wrong name, and they're going to get pissed.
You're going to tell me it's your birthday, and what are they going to do to you to celebrate?
Mm-hmm.
They're going to attack you like you're fresh meat.
Fresh meat.
Yeah, make sure you let Gwen know how rude that was for her not to bring enough for everybody. Doesn't she know Southern hospitality? Y'all are from Texas.
Sorry to eat this delicious, scrumptious stuff in front of y'all, but
I think Johnny's in there making cinnamon rolls, Pillsbury cinnamon roll. I got to decide whether I'm eating cinnamon rolls or just going to make something keto. Like I said, he's never had biscuits. They're going to give you. Kent said you're going to get some Lutheran love this morning.
mm-hmm.
You ought to wear one of them things that you see the young kids wear. Pin $1. It's my birthday on your shirt and see what happens. Mr. Sadie, can you live in the South and not eat grits? I don't think you're allowed to. Although I will eat grits cousin and I get a lot of looks from that because y'all got to remember my dad was a Yankee. My dad, even though when I was born he was in North Carolina in the late '60s, early '70s, he grew up in Michigan eating cream of wheat. So I do like cream of wheat and grits. Ron just missed a doctor's appointment. See, if you wear your super cape, Ron, you would be much better off.
Didn't Cream of Wheat have like a logo person that was changed?
I don't know, Tommy. That's a terrible mental image you're trying to put in our heads right now. But I don't doubt that is true. He looks like Cousin Eddie walking up there with the flippers and shit on. We need somebody to make a picture of a Cousin Eddie, so when Tom comes back, we can make a thumbnail and say that it is Tom. So that's what I'll do. I'll just get a picture of Cousin Eddie, and we'll Photoshop Tom's head onto it.
Hi, Valerie.
All right, Josh. Have a good day, buddy.
Bye, Josh. Hairy chest contest. Yeah. Tom. I don't think Tom's got a hairy chest. He's got all of his hair still in his head.
Yeah, I laughed last night because I'm sitting there flicking through uh, TikTok, and the angry grandma came up. I'm like, that is Tom personified. If y'all have ever seen the angry grandma on TikTok, that is Tom, 100% Tom. And she was wearing a Christmas sweater that had not only did it have like the reindeer on the front, but on the back of it had the reindeer ass. So it looked like a reindeer from behind. That was an awesome sweatshirt. That was our awesome sweater. Yeah, that pickle loaf doesn't even sound good. Y'all were talking about that yesterday or whatever. That doesn't even sound good.
No, that's. Yeah.
And I like pickles and lunch meat, and we'll eat pickles on a sandwich. But something about the word loaf when you stick them all together like that. But
I know, it sounds like you're eating haggis or something. It's nasty.
yeah. So has anybody got any big plans for the weekend? Isn't this the last weekend before Christmas?
Uh, the family's taking me out to eat on Saturday for my birthday. That's about it. I get to go to the great big auction.
I think we got estate sales today. Usually December is pretty void of estate sales. Looks like there's 4 of them this morning.
Somebody's having a garage sale here in town tomorrow. I was like,
There's
something
one and
tough.
two.
It's been kind of chilly.
So it looks like there's 3 of them. I'll go to throw all 3 of them today. I don't have anything else to do.
We're getting some rain today.
That's one thing I never tried. Have you ever tried scrapple?
Uh,
Hmm.
yeah, many years ago. It's all right.
Hmm. Yeah, I'm out. It's just like the mincemeat I was buying yesterday. I know it's not meat, but it just sounds disgusting.
Yeah, where'd they get that name for that?
So I was looking into it. Evidently, it used to have meat. When it was originally made, it had meat in it, but it doesn't anymore.
Uh,
So Maggie loves Scrapple and has some yesterday. You can have my share, Maggie.
Mm-hmm.
I'm out. If you
You
got to
seen
put
those?
syrup on something, like I used to put syrup on stuff I hated just to get it down.
You seen those new lard commercials? People are finding out lard isn't all that bad for you. Butter is worse than lard for you. Hank Allen Cash. Long time no see. How you doing? Speaking of young punks, what is she, 29, 28?
It's different for the ladies. Their odometer seems to go backwards, where we continue to just.
I know. That Maggie, she still looks cute, and so does that Valerie up there. Texas Val, she's still a cutie. Me, I just get old and ugly.
Yeah. Make sure you get the.
I know Sadie's getting uglier.
Sadie said they're coming over for cookie night. And he's out of there.
There's another cutie. Look at that picture Donna has up there. What a cutie. And me, I'm like, I'm a grumpy old man with a goatee that's turned white. It's bad when you get my age.
You just stop caring.
Yeah, see? Look at that. Look how white that is. That's some white beard right there.
I thought you were about to show your face for the first time ever.
I did. That was part of my chin is part of my face. Thank you, Hank.
Since I didn't ship yesterday, I have 2 days worth of shipping to do today. Woohoo! I shipped out the 5 things that I had to go out yesterday. So how many does that mean today? I like it when it says you have 20 items to ship within 24 hours.
So what was it the Fed chair said yesterday that made the stock market go up?
I don't know. I was driving. 19 to ship, 10 within 24 hours on eBay. Joy. Amazon, 30 items to ship. 21 must go today. Oops. Oopsie. At least they're all easy ones. On Amazon anyway. Books. Leggings. Nerf gun. Book. Leggings. DVD. Book. Books don't sell, by the way. DVD. Book. Ink cartridge. Walkman.
They expect to start lowering rates. You know, if they do that, inflation's going to take off again, though. They're stuck. They can't fix this economy. If they lower rates, inflation's going to go up. You mark my words. Write it
Well,
down now.
the problem is, and I truly do believe this. They counted on Hillary winning, and we'd have been in a bigger war than what we've been in. And they like to use wars and stuff to hide resets where they revaluize and mess with it because their system only lasts so many years until you get into a point right now where because no matter which way you go, you're screwed.
Ping, I bet you're cute as hell. You just have a few little white streaks. Dang. See? Women, they just don't age. Drill, baby, drill. Yeah.
Yeah, Johnny looks way younger than me now. I used to have the baby face, but it's just gone to hell.
Oh, that's true, Ron. I have no doubt of that.
I think that's a lot of it, Ron. Look at the price of gas. The driving the inflation coming down is the price of gas coming down, and the problem is they've shown America who they are. They've shown America they hate us. I don't think either side of them really
Well,
cares for America. You know, it's America is a useful tool for them to enrich themselves. Is basically what they do. At this point, can you tell me somebody show me a remarkable difference from one side to the other?
not
One
much.
side's crazy, and then you look at the other side and you go, well, they're pretty much damn crazy too.
Yeah, because like you've said before, uh, that Clinton's stuff is so much uh, like Carrot Top. His policies. Sheesh.
Yeah, how many crazy people on the right truly believe that Trump is really the president and he's allowing this to happen? Look at the motorcades that follow. How much of that shit you got to listen to before you think these people are crazy as hell and believe anything? They're just as crazy as the ones on the left who can't figure out what bathroom to pull because they don't know what's in their shorts to call themselves. What side's correct? Which side is more delusional? You know, you got to have both sides of the same bird. How do you fool everybody? You have just enough craziness on both sides where most people, a lot of the both sides believe it's yeah. I got gas yesterday for $2.52, Ron, at Walmart in somewhere. Oh yeah, Madison, Alabama. You know, it's a distraction. If you keep everybody distracted, that you don't pay attention to what's really going on, how bad we're getting screwed. And as the American people, we truly get. I was watching one yesterday where a guy he bought some detergent, some eggs, some milk, toothbrushes, and something else. It was $50 at a Target. And then the lady was in France, and she bought the same exact. They're not identical because the brands are not brand for brand, but she was in a mid to upper level grocery store, and bought the milk, the detergent, everything. It was $27 cheaper in Paris than it is in the U.S. And the guy did not live in a big city; he lived in a medium sized city. He was in a suburb, so it wasn't a New York or anything where the prices are outrageous. And look at the amount of money we pay on prescription drugs that the rest of the world pays little to nothing. The American people doesn't see this because they're too distracted with whatever scandal is going on. What useful celebrity idiot has to say? What is Taylor Swift doing today?
Yep.
And all these guys,
offer.
I watch football. They don't distract me with Taylor Swift. You can't watch an NFL broadcast now that they don't show Taylor Swift with the Kansas City Chiefs every single time. Don't hand me no shit. You're as distracted by your player dating Taylor Swift as the rest of the nation is by Taylor Swift.
I just got an offer for a motorcycle jacket that I'm gonna accept.
Yeah, I got an offer this morning, but we had 25 of the dog jackets, and we're down to like 3, and I need to go to the building. I need to go to storage to make sure I've got that one size. I don't want to take an offer and then not have it.
This was a good offer. I had the jacket listed for 75, and they offered 70.
Oh,
Yeah, I'll do that.
that's a great offer. Yeah, I mean, I've got them for 25 or 20 plus shipping. They offered 15, so that's still be. We only paid $2 for them, so it's a decent offer. It ships for first class, but I got it. I got to go see if we got it. I'll take the offer if we've got it. Sadie said that Pete did his first auction on. Did he have a big turnout, Larry?
I think that was his second auction, wasn't it?
Was that from your personal collection from back in the day?
No, I was never a Hell's Angel or anything. I was too skinny to be a Hell's Angel. They're all big,
I mean,
tough.
there was no music division of the Hells Angels.
It's too hard to carry a French horn on a Harley.
No, yeah, Roman's right. That is a nice looking photo.
Yeah, I got that at the rummage sale from the Lutherans 2 weeks ago for half off at 20. So I got that for 10. Good sale. Good sale.
.500 viewers. So Larry, it's not what a Pete, because Pete's going to draw all that. It's what can one of the regular sellers under Pete draw is what you really got to see. My problem with District is how do you get people over there, and when eBay Live actually goes, why do you need another platform but then you're counting on eBay actually doing something correctly, and when they roll out eBay Live to the masses, how screwed up is eBay Live going to be?
That's right, American Honey. Yeah, we probably got 1,000 years worth of oil and gas sitting underneath the ground. We're just regulated away from it.
So I was watching an interesting video that talked about where lithium is in the world, because the demand for lithium has skyrocketed, with lithium and cobalt and some of the other essential minerals to these batteries that we now take for granted everywhere. And there are two huge deposits in the U.S., but the U.S. has done what the U.S. always does: is everybody has gone. They use these so-called environmentalists come in. You're going to ruin the water table. Like anybody gives a crap about it, uh, and so they are. Idaho's got one of the largest ones. Uh, does anybody even live in Idaho except for Kevin? And the environmentalists are up there. You're going to destroy it. So we continue to allow China to bully the rest of the world. Look at what China is doing to Africa right now. They're doing the old bait and switch on Africa, taking the minerals out, promising the world, and not coming through anything they promise. Once they've got the minerals, they're out.
And they paid. Da, da, da.
Uh,
Reach. I'm reach.
Jody added to her Instagram. This ought to be exciting. She's already told me this story.
Yeah, I think District is a little bit like Whatnot in that if you have a big following, it should work out great. If I did it, I'd fall on my face.
Yeah, and I think Lag actually had the correct comment too. All the buyers are sellers, and so
Oh, there's a lot of people that watch Craigslist Hunter that aren't big sellers,
but he doesn't. His audience doesn't transcend reselling like Harry Tornado and Josh and Haley. You know they have their audience is not necessarily resellers, and they sell a lot of stuff on Whatnot. Um, I would think more correct. I would think more of Pete's audience is resellers. I would think, but don't get me wrong. There are a lot of people. Pete's a likable guy, and the number one thing. I was talking to a YouTuber. So this guy's actually on TikTok. He's only got 1,000 subs on YouTube. He's got quite a few on TikTok. I pulled into my storage buildings, and the back of his coat has "Smile a While." That's the name of his channel. Smile,
Oh,
Smile
cool.
a While. He is a cancer survivor. He's currently there. He's currently. I don't think he's 100% cancer free, but he's close. So he still gets tests. But he owns the storage buildings that I store. I didn't realize this was the same person because I follow him. Johnny told me to follow him, and she claims she told me that he's the one that owned the store. But I'm like, but Brian's he's in my phone. I'm like, that's weird that I've been watching him. I didn't realize that that's the same. I only met Brian once when I did the storage buildings. So the rest of the time I met the lady who works for him. And but he has a Lamborghini, however you say it, it starts with a Aventador, a Lamborghini, a bright yellow, and so his videos, people who are cancer survivors or going through cancer, he does a lot of car shows and stuff for benefits, and he makes videos of taking people people who have been affected by cancer on rides in the Lamborghini. So it's pretty cool. And I'm like, Brian, I did not put two and two together that you are the guy that owned the storage buildings and the guy that I watch on TikTok. So first of the year, when everything kind of calms down, I put a camera in Joni's hand, and he's gonna give Joni a ride around in the as a cancer survivor in the Lamborghini. So that video will come out sometime. We'll see how good can Joni video riding in the Lamborghini.
That'll be fun. That will be cool.
Yeah, Jennifer, he's a nice guy. And but I was telling him the whole point of this whole thing was that, he was like, what, is there any secrets? He says, I do TikTok, but is there any secrets to why it's so different than YouTube? I'm like, man, YouTube, you got to show your personality. YouTube, you get a lot of followers, but the reason why people come back and watch you on either great information or a great personality or people like you. And
Like
so
you can ride in my Ford F-250, but you got to move toolboxes and dirt out of your way.
but he's a really
In
nice guy.
Austria.
So look for that coming first of the year. We'll get a video with him with Brian.
Thanks for being here, Austria. We were in Austria 2 years ago, and they had T-shirts. There was a kangaroo on it and said, "We're the ones without the kangaroo." Because people are always confusing and saying Austria is Australia. It's funny. It was a funny T-shirt. You saw them at every souvenir place in Austria. Austria was awesome. What a beautiful country. Mountains and history, and just made you want to go run out on a hill and sing, "The hills are alive with the sound." Yeah. No kangaroos in Austria. Yeah, that's it.
So that's a picture. That's a picture of Brian in the car outside. I think that's outside the cancer center. Looks like it anyway. But that's his. It's bright yellow. You don't miss the. I'm almost positive that's the cancer center Johnny gets treatment at or goes to. But that's
Nice.
it's expensive, man. He was telling me that he had to have a shock replaced. Take a guess how much it costs to replace a shock in an Aventador.
Oh my God. How about
One,
8,000?
one rear shock. That was what I guessed. I guess I told him when I worked the GTR is a $5,000 brake job, so I think I guessed 6 or 7. I was wrong. All right, so there's enough for the delay. It's $12,000 to replace one shock.
Good grief.
And to get the car up there and back, so you couldn't drive it up there. So he just sent the car to. It's in Nashville right now getting service. So it's I think $700 one each way. to get it transported up and back. John says he knows a guy that can do it for 11.5. Nice. And they told him. He said they told me that they recommend they get replaced in pairs. He goes, "Yeah, I'm good. I'm just gonna do the one right now." I'm like, you think at $12,000?
You know, for somebody that does that big of a business, he's pretty humble.
Who was
Interesting
that?
guy. I've seen him make a couple of donations. He's a nice person.
Who are we talking about?
Brian?
Oh, okay. No, he does. He really is. And he was talking about there's a big car show coming up. Um, that community is, car guys are, they do a lot, and people they don't want a lot of recognition. They just it's like bikers. Bikers are the same way. They rally to causes and help people out. And they don't want any recognition. They just want somebody to get the help or whatever they need. And Jennifer, you're correct. With 12 grand, you can buy a car instead of a shock. So I'll figure out where his car show is. Maybe whatever one he's going to, because so Huntsville has a lot of new money with all the engineers and all the stuff here in town, and it's not unusual to see Lamborghinis about once a week around. A lot of Lamborghinis. I see more Ferraris than Lambos. See a Ferrari probably once, twice, 3 times a month. I got behind one the other day. It was they're I thought, are they required to all of them be red? I think it was a red F. I think it was an F40.
Diablo? They're pretty slick cars. But
No, it wasn't an F40. That's an older one. Yeah, that's what I was behind the other day.
jeez.
One of those.
It kind of scares me to be in traffic around one of those things because I'm afraid I'll bump into them or something.
Yeah, especially with um, as many crash videos as I watch every week, and man, so many of them don't have insurance. Can you imagine? You'd be financially ruined if you hit one of those things without insurance. And then even then, most how many people's insurance are enough to repair a Ferrari?
Yeah, I need to get me a Rolls Royce. That'd be more my style, I think. Give me a driver up front. Call him Jeeves.
I'm driving my style. F-150 is about it. Maybe I graduate to an F-250 like Todd, but
Bentley. Yeah, Bentley's.
does that do you are you is this channel sponsored by Great Poupon then?
Pardon me. Would you have any
Do
grape?
you have any Great Poupon?
Uh, that's what I should ask for my birthday. A Bentley. Dang. We're talking about Lamborghinis and Bentleys and Rolls Royce and
Yeah, I told Brian I like this. I like watching his videos. I like this car, and he said I pulled up in the truck. He's like, "Do you have a car that you could bring to the meet?" I'm like, "Will they take minivans?" He just started laughing.
Yeah, a driver and 3 or 4 personal assistants. There you go.
Carlin, I thought you gave up that life. You cannot take the player out of the game right there. He's just lining up on defense right now. He's not playing offense right this second. How do you afford a truck? I don't know. It's paid for. You just drive the old one. $2.52 a gallon gas, Ron. That's how you afford a truck.
Mm-hmm.
What time do you do battle with the Lutherans?
They open up at 10 a.m. Central, so
You have an hour.
I'll be shutting the show down fairly soon. Spray on some high karate and go over there and impress the ladies.
Every time you say that, it reminds me. That should be your theme music. The Diamond Rio song, Bubba Hyde.
Yeah, you showed me that and I played it. I laughed out loud.
Oh,
That's funny.
Shane.
He puts his high karate on.
Yeah, if y'all hadn't ever heard that song by Diamond Rio, it's called Bubba Hyde. That's I think that might be the only song I know that mentions high karate aftershave in it. But yes, that's definitely a good one.
High karate or Old Spice or Brute. They're all interchangeable.
Yeah,
British Sterling. Mm-hmm.
I saw they still sell Brute in the store. It was in the store yesterday. I saw Brute.
Really?
Mm-hmm.
Right there by Axe.
It was right there by.
Is Axe still a thing? It was big about 20 years ago.
Axe, yeah, you still see that. What's the Aqua Velva? There were 2 Aqua Velvas too. I'm like,
yeah, Aqua Velva's still around.
Aqua Velva Blue and Aqua Velva Musk. I scanned both those. There's no money in those, so y'all can keep going with those. There are some Aqua Velvas. There's a 5-in-1 gel or something that's worth money, but I'd already bought it out of that store. Yeah, American Honey. And California is continuing to pass laws and laws and laws about. At some point, the Republicans or somebody with a different point of view on diesel trucks is going to have to take over, or else it's going to be exceedingly difficult to bring in products from. Well, not bring them in, but get them to the rest of the country through California.
I've had this for sale for a year. I need to lower my price, I guess. $19.93, brand new bottle of Old Spice.
Ron, you strike me. Ron, you strike me as a brute kind of fella.
Ron's got that one. Is yours 1993, Ron?
No, that's Roman.
Oh, that's a Roman?
Anytime Picker has, he says, Todd, I have that one.
Oh, I thought that was
Ron's talking about brute.
48-ounce bottle.
So some of those, they change the formulas. Is that one more expensive because it's the older Todd?
I don't know. Let me see.
Because there's one Grecian formula that if you find the older Grecian formula, I forget what's in it. There's a certain chemical in it. It makes the box worth about 10 times more than the current Grecian formula. Let me type in Grecian formula real quick so I can find it. It's got some kind of lead in it or something. Somebody sold a.
Yeah, I listed this for $28 plus shipping. Nobody wants to spend that much.
So somebody sold a box of the original on for $359. It's got lead acetate in it. Is what somebody sold a 3-pack of those for $242. Somebody sold a 2-pack for $215. So if you see Grecian formula, the older ones, if you look on the ingredients and it says lead acetate in the ingredients, it's worth stupid money. I've sold quite a bit of them through the years, but I haven't found any in probably a year now. It's probably worth $180, $200 a box right now. Somebody got 189 plus shipping for one box, and that's the 4-ounce box. That's the smaller, because there is an 8-ounce box. That one that went for $359 was the 8-ounce box.
Thank you. Just
Yep.
got my birthday card. It's your day.
Don't miss there's a jackass up there.
What?
Isn't it supposed to play music?
Should, huh? That calls for a big ass celebration. This cake is free, right? Half-ass happy. Dumbass, which end of the candle do I light? Crazy ass. Party your me off. Smart ass. Eehaw, MC squared. So that's what my wife thinks of me. Yeah. This calls for a big ass celebration. Cute, cute, cute. Lag says, that's Todd. High karate and panther piss. Treasure that life. I haven't got much later in life, honey. I'm at the later in life. Did Scott freeze? No, his eyes are blinking.
No, I didn't freeze. I was reading.
Did
Somebody's
Biden?
having problems with VQ and their labels.
Hmm. Gold and silver have gone up too. I don't know why. Why would they go up when the Fed intends to relax interest rates? But they did. Huh. Gold's back above 2,000 an ounce. That's
Yeah, there was something. Somebody was having issues with Bequo and their printing. Said labels weren't getting scanned, and so their post
stock.
office said they were shorthanded, didn't have time to manually punch in. I'm like, that sounds like combination your printer error and printer settings in the post office. That don't sound like Bequo as much as it is.
Stock market set a record yesterday on false hopes. We'll see. About November 10th, it'll come all crashing down. 2024, November 10th, a date that will live in infamy. We'll see. We'll see. Yeah, time for me to buy back in. Yeah. I missed out on some of it, lag. I sure did. Well, we fixed everything. Yeah, again, I'm not going to do a show tomorrow. I'm going to run over to.
I'm gonna do a show tomorrow night.
Oh, okay.
Tomorrow night.
Tomorrow night. Yeah, I'll be back for that. So, got a $150 sale pending on Facebook Marketplace. We just need to work out a delivery. Some army cots. So I got that to do later today, I guess.
I'm gonna go find some breakfast.
All right, folks. I appreciate you being here and all
Lag,
the nice happy
Lag
birthday
says do a
wishes.
morning show. Lag, I'll do a morning show if you come on with me.
You might as well do a midday show too, since Josh quit on us.
That would be crazy as hell to do 3 live shows in the same day. Yeah, because there's no John. I can do whatever time tomorrow night. Because John, I think they're doing theirs tonight.
Are they?
Yeah, that's a damn shame, Lag, that your internet's down. I hate that. See, Lag, you were telling good things up top, and now you went back to lying. That's the Lag we know. Just let it run all day. Yeah. Well, we thank everybody for coming out and wishing Todd a happy birthday.
Yeah.
You only turned 70 one time.
Hey, not yet.
Todd, how come you show up? Todd always shows up whenever we're getting out of a show. What's up with that, Todd? Have you been here lurking the whole time, or you just say good morning as we're saying goodbye?
He's busy blowing snow off of his driveway already.
Yeah, Todd. When do we get to see you snowblowing again? We need a live video again of you snowblowing.
I need to help Todd with his small engine machines too, because I don't
If
think
he did
he's
smoke signals and snowblowing, he'd blow up the internet.
I don't think he's doing it right. I don't see no smoke while he's working. All right, I got to tell all these Facebook friends thank you for the birthday wishes. So
He has a snowball video in the can. Nice. Looking forward to it. It's good to see somebody do some work.
all right, see y'all tomorrow evening on Scott's.
Unless I do a morning show. I don't know. Depends on what mood I wake up in the morning.
Okay. Bye.
Roll Tide.